Hey there! Do you know that your customers decide to buy from you in the first 4 seconds of them seeing you? You heard that right, first 4 seconds. And that's scary. That's even before you have said your first hello. Create a connection with your customer. That is what this video is all about. By the end of this video, and this is my promise to you, by the end of this video, you will discover how to build client trust easily and effortlessly in the first 4 seconds itself. That will help you to win that deal easily and effortlessly. My name is Muralidharan Jairam, and I'm your online breakthrough consultant. With over 25 years of experience in consulting worldwide in Fortune 100 companies in the United States and multinational companies in Europe and India. My team and I, we have won millions and millions of dollars of business in the toughest markets, competing with the giants easily and effortlessly. Welcome to Citrin's channel, the ultimate guide to success mindset for business owners and entrepreneurs. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we post videos that will totally transform your business and life. There was a study by Dr. Nalini Ambadi and Dr. Robert Rosenthal where they proved that people can judge you accurately in the first 4 seconds itself without you opening your mouth. How did they do this? What they did was they took a bunch of students who had never experienced the professors and exposed them to silent videos that ran only for 4 seconds. And then they gave them a questionnaire and they filled out the questionnaire and they compared the results of this group to students who actually experienced after 1 year. The results were shocking. The first group of students could predict with 98% accuracy whether the professor will be helpful, whether the professor is competent, whether the professor is approachable, and so on. And that is really, really scary. So what does this mean to you? It means that when you meet a customer, in the first 4 seconds, he or she has already decided in his mind or her mind whether to buy your product or services even before you open your mouth and say hello. How does this happen? Very simple. The customer's subconscious mind or unconscious mind begins to collect the signals emitted by your own subconscious mind and makes that accurate judgment. The problem is that the signals you send out from you to your customer's subconscious mind is not under your control. It is in the control of your subconscious mind. So this video is all about taking charge of that first 4 seconds and winning in the first 4 seconds itself so that rest of your interactions with your customers is easy and effortless and you can win that order or deal you wanted so badly. So let's get started. So how does all this work? Your customer's subconscious mind picks up certain signals from you. And what are those signals? Where do these signals emerge from? One is how you dress, the visible part, how you dress, how you look, and so on. Then another set of signals come actually from inside you. What are those signals? What are those factors that emit those signals to your customer? One is how confident you are of your product or service, whether you believe in it at all. That's one. Second is your own beliefs about selling. Third is your own values about selling. Now, what are beliefs and values? Belief is something that you hold as true, and value is something you give importance to. Now, these are deep inside psychological factors that actually control every single behavior of yours and your attitude as such. And your subconscious mind is constantly emitting signals based on your values and beliefs. And that's what the whole game is all about. So if you want to control those first 4 signals, you have to control these 2 factors. And that's what I will talk about as the videos and episodes go on in days to come. In my previous video I introduce you to three people, Rajesh, Priya and Ajay. If you have not seen that video, the link is in the description below. So I would like you to go and watch that video so that you get a continuity of this particular video. Let's talk about Rajesh. Rajesh has an IT startup company and he is very arrogant. He believes he's God's gift to mankind. So whenever he meets a customer, in the first 4 seconds itself, Rajesh's subconscious mind emits signals of arrogance. And not only that, his long drawn presentation talks about the glory of his company and how great he is and so on, without even asking a single question to the customer nor caring for him, and that results in his customer completely rejecting him inside because he doesn't like him at all. Rajesh believes deep inside that the powerful logic of his presentation and the slide deck will clinch the deal, but unfortunately for him, it does not. The client has already rejected in the first 4 seconds itself. Now let's talk about Priya. Priya's problem is different. Priya is a sales professional in a real estate company and her sales are pretty average. That's because Priya deep inside believes that sales professionals are born and she believes that she does not have that talent in her. So that brings down her confidence level whenever she meets a customer. Not only that, Priya does not believe in a product. That is the apartment she is selling and the builder she represents. So that creates its own problem. So when Priya meets a customer, she is already emitting signals of lack of confidence and also lack of belief in the product itself. So the way she takes her customer around, even though the builder has provided beautiful props to describe the building and the apartments, Priya does a very sloppy, weak job. And the customer rejects her in the first 4 seconds itself. That is a big problem. Let's talk about Ajay, the car salesperson. Now, Ajay's problem is that he believes that a salesperson can and probably should be deceitful. He should trick his way into making the customer buy. So Ajay kind of twists facts and figures and confuses the customer and uses all kinds of deceitful tactics to win that deal. Sometimes gullible customers, they do buy from him, but customers are very smart nowadays. Their subconscious mind quickly gets a signal of distrust from Ajay and they reject him in the first 4 seconds. Now do you see how your subconscious mind can play havoc? Or it can create a great platform for you to sell. So would you like to know how to capture that first 4 seconds and make that impression that the customer totally trusts you? That's what's coming up right now. You may be wondering how you can control that first 4 seconds so that you emit signals that build trust in your customer. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. There are 2 factors you need to take care of. One is the external, what's visible to your customer, and the other is internal, what is inside your mindset. That's your beliefs and values and your emotional states, so on. So let's talk about the external factors right now, which is easy for you to control. All you need to do is a little bit of tweaking around and you are there. Okay? So I would definitely ask you to take notes so that you can start implementing this right now. Let's talk about the first factor. How do you appear in front of your customer? Your clothes, actually. Do you wear branded clothes? There was this Dutch study that proved that wearing branded clothes like Tommy Hilfiger or Lacoste or any other branded clothes has tremendous impact on how you are perceived. People will perceive you, if you wear branded clothes, as of having high status. They will perceive you as a rich and successful person. And what you need to understand is people, and especially customers, will pay attention to people who appear rich and successful. And if you appear rich and successful and you're sincere in the way you deal with them, your trust levels will go up in the first 4 seconds. This is a simple, easy tip you can apply immediately. There is this British-Turkish study that proved that if you wear well-tailored clothes, you will make a fantastic impression and the trust levels of the customer will go up. So, do you wear well-tailored clothes, well-tailored suits? So this is my suggestion to you. Find out a great tailor, a fantastic tailor, and get that well-tailored suit stitched. Then all you need to do is wear that suit and be sincere to your customer, and you will be able to win that first 4 seconds on your side. Do you wear glasses? Then I would suggest you go ahead and choose thick, blocky frame. Now what's the advantage if you wear glasses with thick, blocky frame? The advantage is that you will appear intelligent and smart. And once the customer perceives you as intelligent and smart, you have won the game. He or she will begin to trust you. So go ahead and buy those glasses right now. In case you don't wear glasses, I suggest wear them anyway, just to get that effect, just to win that 4 seconds. Okay? Now, another thing which you could do is check your name. Do you have a middle initial? Like Robert F. Kennedy, George W. Bush, Sirisha M. Ravuri. According to psychologist Wijnan A.P. Van Tilburg, if you use your middle initial, you will be perceived as extremely intelligent. Customers will trust intelligent people, especially if you mix your intelligence or your perceived intelligence with sincerity, with sincere desire to help. You begin to send those signals, those trust signals, and your customer will begin to trust you in the first 4 seconds itself. There's another research by the Italian psychologist Mariella Pazzaglia, who says that if you smell in a familiar manner to others, the trust levels will go up. So how do you do that? Well, begin to use popular perfumes. The more familiar your smell is to your customer, you will begin to get trusted. And the sense of smell goes directly deep into those areas where trust happens. That's right. So use the power of smell. Extremely important. So go ahead and buy yourself those perfumes that are very, very popular. Okay? While you talk to your customer, do you look into his or her eyes? It's very important to do that, because there are a lot of studies that show that if you look into the eye of the customer and talk, the trust levels go up automatically. But be careful. It depends on the culture in which you are doing. For example, if you go to Japan or Far East, in certain Far Eastern cultures, looking directly into the eye can be perceived as aggressive. But rest of the world, it's okay. Look into the eye will actually gain you the trust immediately in the first 4 seconds. If you don't do that, actually your trust levels decrease. So that's one factor you need to pay attention to. In another factor, do you actually need to take your customer around, especially in real estate kind of selling, where you need to take your customer for a walk? It's very, very important for you to walk at the same speed as your customer. Now, why do you need to do that? Very simple. If you walk faster or slower than the customer, then you will be perceived as stupid. And I'm sure that you don't want to be perceived as stupid. So these are some of the factors that you can play around with, so that you stack up all these things together to build all those external factors that help you to build trust in the first 4 seconds. Go ahead and start doing them right now. So what are the things you need to do to win those first 4 seconds? Take a hard look at your wardrobe. Go ahead and buy those branded clothes. No matter what they are, buy branded clothes. You'll be perceived differently. That's one. Another thing is, look at your suit. Does it actually fit you? Go ahead and find out who's a good tailor and stitch some fantastically fitting suits. which you can use to impress people. It's very, very important. You can also go ahead and buy a bunch of perfumes that are very popular so that you begin to smell familiar. And sense of smell goes directly deep into the subconscious of your customer and will begin to trigger the trust signals. That's easy to do. Another thing you can do is begin to look into the eyes of your customer while talking. Doing so will increase the trust levels. And if you're taking your customer around, make sure that you're walking at the same speed of your customer rather than walking faster or slower. One more factor you can do is buy thick blocky frame and start using them. Your customer will perceive you as intelligent, and that's very important for you. So these are some of the tips that you can actually use. Watch this video again and again so that you get these things right inside you, so that you can begin to develop this as a habit while going to meet your customer. In the next coming episodes, we will go deep into what are the internal factors that determine those signals that go out from you, from your subconscious mind to your customer's subconscious mind. In fact, those internal factors, your beliefs, values, attitudes, emotional states, all those things are extremely important. In fact, more important than external factors. So if your external factors are in place, but your internal factors are out of place, then your customer will pay attention to the internal factors and disregard the external factors. The best way to get your internal factors right is to contact a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming who will help you to get all those things right inside your mindset so that you can begin to emit those signals appropriately and correctly. That's what we actually do in our powerful workshops like Fast Track Your Success or Extreme Persuasion. I'm sure you like this video. Go ahead and hit the like button and share this video with all your friends, especially with your colleagues. You'll find that you'll be able to close deals much faster and easier just because you're taking care of those first 4 seconds. And I'm sure that your competition is not doing that. And once you do that, you will get that unfair advantage towards you because the customer will begin to decide to buy from you and not from your competitor just because you took care of those first 4 seconds. Now, how do you like that as a competitive advantage? Cool, isn't it? I invite you to join our Facebook group called the Success Mindset Mastermind Group, where we will have the dialogue going on continuously with all like-minded people. You can join in the conversation. The link is provided in the description below. Go ahead and click that link and join that group, and let's meet there. So until the next episode, go ahead and begin to win those first 4 seconds with anybody you meet. Great selling, great business. Enjoy.